to show you how I proceed when I need to create a spawn point. For example, here I see a couple of buildings that seems to be industrial. So I will make a static spawn point. It's really too small to make a dynamic zone. So I need a static spawn point, a simple static spawn point without needed to populate buildings. I mean buildings with floors, with stage like this one. You need zombies at a different level, but for this zone you don't need even in the building. The building are all pretty at the ground level, so it is the most simple situation. So what I do is I teleport at the middle of the of the little zone. To make things more easy, I make this. I don't know how to say, but I make this. It allows me to see at the same time this windows and this one. So, and then I show the player coordinates. I use the community online tools. I don't know if VPP admin tools or Zomberries have the exact same options, but I remember I don't know if it have been changed, but all the admin tools don't have the Y coordinates that correspond to the height of the player. But with this tool I have to refresh coordinate because sometimes it is not refreshed automatically. And now I have to set this coordinate in this coordinate X, Y and Z. So make like this, and for example this, and Y. So I can make decimal like this, but it's not really important. We are not we don't need to be precise at centimeters. Chord X correspond to the chord X, chord Z correspond to the chord Z, and as I don't care, I just want zombies to spawn at the ground level, I don't need to set the chord Y. I just keep it to 0. And when you make static spawn point like this and you don't need the Y, you even can use the survive. It's not a problem. You can use survive and to make the same things. I'm on this one. And I suppose I am here. So no, do that. I'm here. So I can copy this code. You see it's shown here. So you can use his Vive to set the chords. And when you have done that, it's more easy. When you have done that, you need the radius of the spawn. So you can use this tool in your Vive and see it's 20, 30. 30, it looks pretty good. And or you can use in game. You can use these tools too, and you see. So 30 looks not bad. It looks not bad because there is a military barracks here. But because it's not bad, don't set too big value, because the time between the group will spawn and the time you come close to this area, the zombie will move, so they spread out, so it's not a problem if the area is pretty small, because zombie will move the time you come close to them. So let's say 30 area radius. Oh, the first thing is to copy this number to copy here. It's always have the same number. If not, the static spawn point will not be activated. And now minimum and maximum, so between 5 and 7 zombies. So we have the number on zombie, the coordinates and the radius, and another thing we need is the spawn distance. So let's say 100. For this place there is walls, so you will not see zombie spawns because there is a walls. And the last thing is to choose the Z configuration. I will, for the moment, I choose 50 because I know it is industrial configuration, but a little bit later I will show you exactly how it works and how to choose your Z configuration. But it is the only thing you need to make a simple static spawn. And for the next example, we'll show you to populate this building with a different level. So the first things to do is to set the coordinates, the x and z coordinates of the building. So I try to center the area, so it will be here. Same thing, I use the community online tool to have the coordinates. I don't forget to refresh. You see, so it has been changed. I set here the Y and the Z, what I can do here is to set the radius to the radius. Oops. I think 5 meters is maximum. 3 meters. 3 meters, it's good because as I said, sometimes it's interesting to set a bigger value if you want some zombie to spawn outside the building. But for now, they can spawn. It's not a problem if they spawn here because player can go. I can. I don't want zombies spawn here because it's a roof. But here they can. So let's see. Eight. Let's say 7. Okay. 7 radius. Don't forget this. Okay. When I make a complete profile, this column I make it at the end because sometimes I move the order of the lines to regroup all the industrial, all the military, etc. at the same place. But it's detail. No, what I need, because I need to populate a building with floors, I need the Y coordinates, the number of floors, and all the floor height. The distance, it's the same things than before. Let's say the zombie configuration, the type of zombies. I know the military are 60, so but I will explain later. And now I need the Y coordinates. So for the Y coordinates, you have to go at the first level here, H to teleport. This, don't forget to refresh coordinates, and here always set value a little bit higher than it is shown here. For example, here I see I will set 269. And recently I made you I asked all admins to replace this value. It is to add the possibility to set decimal values. So if I needed to set this value, it is now possible. And now, second thing you need is the number of floors. So we have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So 6th floor. number floor 6, and the floor height. This is the more not difficult but a little bit boring part. It's because you have to teleport on each floor. So the second floor, teleport, Y, this, refresh, and we have to note, I note here to show you, but you have to note somewhere. So this is the first floor, this is the second floor, the third, oops, where am I? Next one. Fresh. Next. Oops. And the final one. Okay, and now once you have all the height, we have to calculate the difference of between each height, and for that I simply use the Windows. I don't know how to say in English, but you know this tool. It's just Windows. Oh no. Ah. Okay. So we have what? 4 meters. Okay, 4 meters. And here. Oops. Okay. Oh. I told you it's a little bit boring at this point, but it's the way to populate buildings with the floor. So, and now, oops. Okay. If you're good at mental calculation, I don't know if I can say that in English, but you can do it. Oh, 5. Oops. That's fine. 5. Okay. And the last one. Okay. This is a case not easy to deal with, because you see the first ones, we have a result pretty close. So if we set this value, it would not cause problem, because the first value will correspond exactly to what we need. The second one will correspond to because if we don't have that, this one we will have this value, because if we apply this difference, we will spawn a little bit higher than the ground, but it is absolutely not a problem, because the zombie will stick to the floor, so it is not a problem. This one, it is not a problem, but this one, the problem is if I continue my calculation, if I do, oops, plus you see, if I take this value plus this, because I want to let's see, row height. If I choose this value for this level, this is the first level that we don't care, no problem. This level plus this value equal this level, so it's the same thing, no problem. For this the next one, this value plus this value will you see a difference here, so you will ended to this value, and it is not a problem, because it is this value, the final value, it is a little bit higher than the floor, so it is not a problem. The next one, no problem, because the difference was equal to this, so no problem. But this one, if I add this plus this, I ended to this value, and the problem is the floor level is higher. So if a zombie is spawned at with this height, it will go in this level, because this one is too high. So the thing that can be done is to up a little bit this value. If I do this, I add 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and 4 here, and it's not it doesn't work. It doesn't work, so I have to add a little bit again, and if I add it So I need to get out OK. 9 here 4 and here 9 and here oops. And now it should work. It should work because the first floor we don't care. The second one, theoretically, it is this value, so zombie will spawn this one, this value plus 5. This it's higher than that, so not problem. Plus 5 here, higher than that, no problem. Plus 5 here, higher than that, no problem, etc. And this time, so this plus here, result is here, higher than that, and now there is no problem. And the final one, it's not a problem, it spawned more than 1 meter up, but it's not really a problem. So I don't know if it is very clear. I'm sorry, it's not easy to explain, and you hear English is not my natural language, so I do my best. But now, a good when you are unsure on your settings, a good things to do is to thank you, Saintly Shadow. Is to make spawn a lot of a lot of zombies, or 30. Let's say 30, to see if all levels are populated or not. So let's to not make problem. I verify I didn't forget something. No. Okay, it's okay. Now I need to restart all modifications made in the .c files. Needs a server restart to be applied. So I restart the server. I shut down all of this. Okay, and restart. Oh, I restart the client. I didn't need to restart the client, but never mind. One thing you can do in the JSON is to set the first value to 1. It is a debug mode, some kind of it show debug messages and it allows you to see what's happened. If I refresh, we will see. No. What? Oh, 0. I forgot to reactivate. Okay. Okay. Too close, for example, you see the message too close to player to spawn, because I am too close to the spawn point I just created here. It is to avoid player zombies to spawn on the player. So I have to go away a little bit. And now you see 30 zombies has spawned. And now if I infected player, oh, okay, we have We have zombies in this floor, Do we have here? We have a couple of zombies here. We have a zombie here. It looks pretty nice. Yes. When it's like that, I consider it's okay. I don't know if zombie at the top are really needed, but why not? Yes, it looks good for me. And we can take a look the second spawn point too. We have one. What fisher? Where you come from? Oh, I know. It is a countryside spawn. There's a dynamic spawn. So, oh, this one it is Daisy. You know, when zombie try to spawn on obstacle or things like that, it can be pushed somewhere else. Okay, seems nice. So now I will just disable that. If not, I will have the red message spamming, because what I want is to come back here to configure a loot chest. Loot chest is interesting if you want to create a big risk, big reward situation. So I teleport here. It's more simple. Oops. Where's my? I show the coordinate with the admin tool, the same way earlier, and here at the end of the line we have these values here. The number of the chest refer to in loot you have chest loot, and it refer to this number. So if I set here 1, it will spawn this chest. If I set 7, it will spawn this chest with this loot. So choose the one with an AKM, and after it is just the coordinate X, Y, and Z. So and that's all. One thing to know is if you keep this value, the coordinates of the chest, to 0, this coordinate will be used. Just that. So if you want to spawn your chest at the exact center of your zone, you don't necessarily need to set these values. And another thing related to the chest is this value. It allows to set a timer between two spawn of this location. If I set 10, for example, there is a timer between if a player make this static spawn, it will have to wait 10 minutes before making the same spawn again. It is to avoid players to farm again and again and again the same static spawn point, because it has an interesting loot chest. You can note that at the end of the file, and for most of the file, you have a description and details on what each value does. So don't hesitate to look at it. If you have if you ask question of things you're not sure how they works, you can begin to look at that.